Overcoming bad credit when renting a house with guests. If you're a host or host looking to rent out your property, you know that evaluating rental applications is crucial. But what happens when a potential guest has bad credit? It's a common concern and one that can be difficult to navigate. So whether you're a seasoned host or just getting started, read on to learn how to navigate the rental application process confidently even when faced with bad credit. But before we get into it, don't forget to like and share this video with your friends. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to get notified of the next video from us. Shall we start? Factors to consider when evaluating rental applications. Here are some factors to consider when evaluating rental applications. Number 1. Pre-screen potential guests. Before diving into the application process, first, conduct a pre-screening process for applicants. Second, ask them about their move-in date, pets, roommates, and smoking habits. And lastly, make sure they know about all the rules concerning the property. Communicating the requirements during the initial conversation is a good idea to save everyone's time. Number 2. Do an in-depth check of the applicant's credit report. While looking at the credit score may be easy, digging deeper is important. Look for red flags like late payments and judgments. Remember that only some have perfect credit, so be open to explanations. Someone with a rough patch in the past may still make an excellent guest. Number 3. Verifying the applicant's income and employment. Always be sure to verify the income and employment of potential guests. Contact their employer and ask about their character as an employee. Also, consider the 3 times rule. The applicant's after-tax salary should equal 3 times the monthly rent. Number 4. Conduct a criminal background check. This is important to ensure the property's and its guests' safety. Consider the results of the criminal background check when evaluating the applicant. Number 5. Ask for references from previous hosts. Previous hosts can provide valuable information about the applicant's rental history. Ask if they paid the rent on time and if they caused any problems while occupying the property. Also, find out if the host would rent to them again. You can find the right guests for your property by following these factors. How bad credit affects rental applications. When applying for a rental property, having bad credit can be a major concern for many prospective guests. However, it's important to note that there is no set minimum credit score you need to be approved for a rental. Hosts will be using credit scoring differently than lenders, and they won't get the same score you might see if you check your credit report online. That being said, bad credit can still affect your rental application in a few ways. First, hosts will typically run a credit check on all potential guests, giving them an idea of your credit history and score. While they may not be looking for a specific number, they will look for any red flags, such as missed payments or accounts in collections. Additionally, having bad credit can make it more difficult for you to secure the property you want. Hosts want to feel confident that you'll be able to pay your rent on time each month, and a poor credit history could make them hesitant to take a chance on you. The role of references in rental applications. As a host, you want to ensure you're renting your property to responsible and reliable guests who will take care of your property and pay on time. One of the ways to ensure this is to ask for references from previous hosts on the rental application. When considering rental applications, references can provide valuable insight into a potential guest's behavior and reliability as a guest. Previous hosts can give feedback on the guest's payment history, whether they kept the property clean and maintained, and if they were considerate of their neighbors. Verifying that the references are legitimate and not just friends or family posing as former hosts are essential. You can do this by checking the phone number and address provided by the landlord and ensuring it matches public records. Tips for hosts when dealing with guests with bad credit. If you're a host and you're considering renting to someone with bad credit, there are a few things you should keep in mind to protect yourself and your property. Number 1. Don't rely on credit scores alone. While credit scores are important when evaluating rental applications, they shouldn't be the only factor for you to consider. Ask for other references or documentation that can help you better understand the potential guest's reliability and trustworthiness. Number 2. Ask for a larger security deposit. Consider a larger one to help mitigate any potential risks associated with renting to someone with bad credit. This could provide you with an added layer of protection if anything were to go wrong during the rental period. Number 3. Set clear expectations and rules. Be upfront about your expectations and rules for the rental property. This includes noise levels, smoking policies, and pet rules. Setting clear expectations can reduce the likelihood of any misunderstandings or problems that might arise during the rental period. Number 4. Communicate regularly. Keep an open line of communication with your guests throughout their stay. This can help you identify and address any potential issues before they escalate. Legal considerations when screening rental applications. Landlords who screen tenants must ensure their properties comply with federal and state laws. In particular, landlords must be careful not to discriminate against certain groups of people, including those with a criminal history. While landlords have the right to deny an application based on an applicant's criminal history, they cannot issue blanket policies that deny housing to all applicants with a criminal record. Instead, landlords must provide specific criteria that deny housing to those with certain criminal convictions for safety and security reasons. They must also apply the criteria equally to all applicants and not make exceptions for some tenants with criminal histories. Landlords must avoid asking discriminatory questions during the screening process and ensure that their rental application form does not include questions about an applicant's disabilities, race, or marital status. Instead, the rental application form should only ask for information that reflects whether the applicant will be a good tenant and be able to pay rent on time and in full. Landlords can create a written rental policy to outline their tenant screening criteria and use it as the legal standard for selecting their next tenant. Strategies for working with guests to improve their credit. So, you're a landlord or property manager and you're looking to work with potential tenants to help improve their credit? Great! Here are a few strategies you can use to make a difference. Number 1. Review your credit reports. You must know where you stand before improving. Review your credit reports from all 3 major credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, to see what areas need the most attention. Number 2. Get a handle on bill payments. Late payments can greatly impact your credit score, so it's important to ensure all bills are paid on time. Consider setting up automatic payments or reminders to ensure all due dates are on time. Number 3. Use 30% or less of your available credit. Your credit utilization, the amount of credit you're using compared to your available credit, is an important factor in your credit score. Keep your utilization below 30% to show lenders you're responsible for credit. Number 4. Limit requests for new credit. Every time you apply for credit, it can hurt your credit score. Limit the number of credit applications you submit, especially if you need more confidence to be approved. Number 5. Pad out a thin credit file. Getting approved for loans or credit cards can be difficult if you're new to credit or don't have much of a credit history. Consider opening a secured credit card or becoming an authorized user on someone else's credit card to start building your credit history. Alternative options for guests with bad credit. As a short-term rental host, dealing with guests with bad credit can take time and effort. However, there are alternative options for guests to consider. Here are some ways to improve your financial situation if you are in a bind. Number 1. Raise your credit score before applying. Improving your credit score can help you get better loan terms, including lower APRs and longer repayment periods. You can get a secured credit card, pay down your balances, request higher credit limits, dispute credit report errors, and get credit for monthly expenses. Number 2. Make extra income. Generating extra income can help you avoid relying on bad credit loans. Consider driving for a ride-sharing company, starting an Etsy store, or renting your property. These options may take time and effort, but can help you recover financially. When applying for a rental, be honest about your financial situation and provide evidence of your efforts to improve it. Hosts may be more willing to work with guests if they see they are trying to be responsible with their finances. As a host, it's important to be mindful of guests with bad credit and to provide alternative options to help them secure a short-term rental. While requiring a credit check as part of the rental application process is understandable, it only sometimes provides a complete picture of a guest's financial situation. By offering suggestions on how guests can raise their credit scores and generate additional income, you can help them overcome any obstacles they may face in securing a rental. These solutions benefit the guest and provide you with a reliable tenant who can pay rent on time and take good care of your property. What will you surely remember among these guides we have for you? Comment down below and share it with us. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. See you next time.